Boy, this is really professional. This is the real deal.
This is real.
Yeah.
But then I immediately noticed your microphones. Like, you guys have really professional, really fancy, really big mics.
Right.
I
We
have
do.
a tiny mic.
Well, okay. Yours has a little bit more girth. A little bit.
It is thicker.
It is thicker. So
Yeah. So what we would refer to this as is it's a good gym mic. So it would look good in the gym. So
Yeah,
like if the
yeah.
guys saw me in the gym, they looked over, they'd be like, "Boy, I bet that thing gets big."
yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, if this is it,
But that's it. That's
but
as
if
big as it
that's
gets.
as big as it
Yeah.
gets, then I'd rather have your mic.
Well, yeah, yeah. But you don't.
Okay.
You have
Yeah,
that mic.
that's the mic you
That's the
have.
mic you were given.
Yeah.
That's the mic you were given,
Yeah.
or I was given, and that's what I've got to deal with.
We will eventually have
We will.
all mics like these.
Matching.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, there's a situation here that I just realized.
Yeah.
Being in the middle is fucked up.
Yeah, you have to look back and forth.
This sucks ass.
It's
So-
okay. It's okay if you don't look at me.
So you're gonna need. I just realized your studio is bullshit. Yeah. We're gonna need a studio that's twice this big, and there's got to be an arc. There's got to be 45 degrees.
There is. See,
You have to
This
be
is
out
the arc
there.
right here.
You have to be out there.
Yeah.
I'm here, and then God
Yeah.
forbid you get a fourth person. If you get a fourth person, we got to start taking walls out.
So, okay, so this is, but if we were sitting at a bar,
Yeah,
how would that be different?
wouldn't be a problem. I'd
Right.
ignore Brian.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
do that.
just do
No,
that.
I would just.
Yeah, just
I would just.
it's just you and me.
I would just be like, "Hey, Riv, how you doing? It's good to see you."
It is really
Yeah.
good to see you.
Yeah,
I like this place.
I know it's really nice. You've done it.
Every
really,
time I'm here
You've done it.
with you,
Yeah,
I feel like we don't need Brian.
that makes me feel good. Thank you. Yeah,
I mean,
that's how we
I
do it.
actually like having him. It's kind of like having a black and white TV that you just leave on. White
I thought you were gonna
noise.
say like a black person, like having a black person.
It's like having a black person that you leave on.
Do we get to say that anymore?
I don't think so. Not if you're. Is this going into the straight into the archive? It doesn't even. Never even sees the light. It doesn't even see the editing bay.
No.
It's
We're
just-
going to have a vault
just
of
right,
360
vault.
episodes.
Yeah.
right into the fucking vault.
Yeah, the Google servers are going to be taxed with the amount of content we're going to put on them
Yeah.
that we're never going to see.
Well, we will eventually.
Yeah.
I think it's when we both make it to cattle rancher status. When we can,
Oh,
when we
that's
can
the
both,
measurement now.
yeah,
Yeah.
when we can both afford to
Right.
be cattle ranchers,
I like it.
then we can afford to release the kraken
Right.
Yeah.
of the vault
Yeah,
upon
I
the
think
world.
that's- I think
Feast
that's
upon.
when you get to
Yeah.
the point. Do you have to explain that to your future listeners? What cattle ranchers
No.
are?
Well,
It's just part
no,
of
no,
the.
no.
It's just fuck
It's part of the
that. They
lore.
don't know. They don't fucking know.
See, I love things like that because it's some of our listeners eventually.
Hang on, let me
Eventually,
wait a minute.
when we have listeners,
Hold that thought. Let me
Yes,
make
sir.
sure Brian's still there. Yeah, he's still there. Okay,
Thanks.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Continue.
I'll let you know. All you have to do is ask me. You don't even have to look at it. I'll just give you a thumbs
yeah.
up every now and
He's
then.
still there.
I just thought I'd check. Okay, continue. So there's lore.
Yeah, so some of our listeners, those who are like really in, they will understand all of those little, mysterious,
Right.
cryptic references that we make. Like, oh, I know what he means by cattle rancher. When he says cattle
They
rancher,
feel like
Right.
they're a little bit more part of the process.
yeah.
we just
Yeah.
have to make sure we keep adding that in every few
Cattle
episodes.
rancher, yeah. Well, are we cattle ranchers yet?
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not.
we're not
I'm not a
quite
cat.
there.
Hey, I mean, I'm a big guy,
Yeah.
but I'm not a cattle
Big guy.
rancher. Okay.
You got a big hat, but it's not that big.
No.
It's not a 5-gallon hat.
I can afford a duoley,
Yeah.
but I ain't a cattle rancher.
Yeah. I pulled
claim
up in
to
a
be one.
dually, but it's not a King Ranch dually.
Oh, well, that's all right. You're working toward cattle rancher.
I aspire.
You're closer to being a cattle rancher than any of the rest of us.
I aspire to being a cattle rancher
Yeah,
one
well,
day.
so
So I
do
just
we.
realized I was leaning back. I'm a fucking rookie. You guys have to tune me up
Yeah,
on
so
this.
you need
do
to
whatever
be,
you need to do.
I was
Yeah,
just
that's
back
too far
here,
away.
and I,
Yeah, you got to be close to the
You
mic.
can
you gotta
lean
be-
back. You just adjust your mic.
You just
And-
have to.
Yeah.
It is good to kind of, because,
Yeah.
so kind of a sideways thing going on works.
Yeah.
Just don't want to do that.
When I used to be a backup singer for Prince, they used to say I was breathy. That's what they
Did
used
they?
to say. They
Yeah.
used to say Eric's breathy.
I've kind of always thought that about you.
Yeah.
You are breathy.
Thank you.
Yeah. especially when we're talking on the phone late at night.
Oh man, yeah, you
Yeah.
and Prince. Yeah, it's hard to know how I pick between the two of you.
I know.
Yeah.
So
It's easier now because you're not dead. Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
You can imagine me that way. So yeah, we probably should do an intro again. We did this last time,
Oh,
shouldn't we? Yeah, open it up.
okay, sure.
Yeah.
Are there going to be questions? You said open it up. So
Oh no, there's going to be a question that comes later, but we just, we
fuck.
kind of have to have an intro into this whole thing.
good Lord, the
So-
stress.
Yeah.
I'm going to clam up as soon as you do this. I'm not going to say another word.
I know that's okay. That's Johnny did that last time.
Yeah.
All right, so welcome to Bologna Bros. This is episode 2.
Oh,
We have literally spent years. The last episode, the first episode, was 3 years ago. So we decided after that episode, we need to work really hard to make this episode the best. We spent years developing it, scripting, editing, scripting again, editing, and to arrive at this spot right now. So we are here at episode 2.
let me interrupt you real quick.
I was gonna do the intro
I'm
music
just
and
going to
everything.
break through the fourth wall and just let the listener know that
Okay.
you led me to believe that
It's
there
one
had been,
listener, not the listeners.
that there
Put
had
it
been
singular.
there'd been like 50 episodes, and this was like no big thing. I
Yeah,
mean,
no,
this is
episode
you're really
2.
springing this on
No,
me.
this is episode 2.
Huh.
It was a monumental intro to Bologna Bros. With that first episode. I mean, it was phenomenal. We
They'll-
gained 7 subscribers
Yeah,
from
I
the
was
first
just
episode.
thinking they'll look back on this
7.
and they'll say this was before they could get guests. Yeah, that's
You're a guest. You are our guest.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
No,
yeah.
you- listen.
That was the point.
I'm just going to say that
Yeah.
I'll say it this way. In 2 episodes, we have already had a world champion guest. That's all I'm going to say.
Exactly. Yeah.
So in 2 episodes, so you can't say we haven't had guests.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we've already had a world champion guest on our show.
Exactly.
And we don't have to go into it.
No,
That's
I
just
mean-
that's a fact, and we can leave it like that, right there.
Sitting higher.
We
I'm
can.
sure.
I think our listeners would love to hear
I don't
I
know.
doubt it.
the world
Nah, I don't know.
championship
I would
story.
almost guarantee
I've
you
heard it too much.
I can almost guarantee you they couldn't possibly give less of a fuck.
no,
if they tried their
I am
very hardest.
Okay, well, I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
Because
All right, do whatever it is that you needed to do.
Yeah,
You've really,
play the music.
So, okay.
Really stressed me out. Do you do?
Hey, hey, hey! Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. All right.
Yeah. Are those the 7 listeners? Mm-hmm. That was them?
that was all
That was
7.
all 7.
Yeah.
That was all of them.
They've
Yeah.
got a lot of enthusiasm.
Don't they?
That's all you need.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's super cool.
All right, so we scripted this whole thing out, and no idea what's next.
Well, I have something.
Oh, great.
Let me just finish it. You talk amongst yourselves. I've got one more thing to write.
No, I'm
All right, here we go.
I'm yours.
I have a test. This is a poll that we took publicly amongst myself.
Was there like a scientific process?
No, I wish. No, I just came up with these questions. But what I intended was to ask these questions to the public so that we could find out the truth,
Yeah.
because citizens know the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And we are all about the truth.
and
This program is
this
about
program
the truth.
is about finding
Yep.
and highlighting the truth.
Yeah.
This is your tagline, purveyors of the truth.
Purveyors of truth and
Okay.
justice.
We're gonna
and
you know,
freedom.
if Trump hadn't done the other social media platform, Truth, we would have done it.
You would own that.
Oh yeah, we'd own it. Yeah, for sure. But
There's still a chance it'll go
So
bankrupt.
much, so much
You
could
might
be
able-
said.
You might be able to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
So I'm going to ask you a series of 8 questions,
Okay.
and I hope that you answered them correctly.
I don't think you should tell me that there's 8. I think you just told me a series of questions.
Oh, I'm going to ask you a series of questions
Yeah. 'cause
of some number.
I'm already thinking to myself, okay, well, I can fuck off 1 through 5.
Oh.
I don't have to get serious. the last
Goodness.
3,
Okay.
so,
Well,
yeah.
let's see what happens.
Yeah.
That is what an American would say.
Yeah.
That exact strategy is very American right there.
Yeah.
it's true.
Okay.
It's definitely not Kaizen.
An Austrian would never think that.
Nope. No
Okay.
Japanese ever thought that ever.
Kickboxing. Okay. We're entering the world of kickboxing.
Good God.
Who would you place your money on? And this is a significant bet. This isn't a frivolous bet. This is a significant amount of money where you need your person to win.
Okay.
Do you put your money on Jesus or Santa Claus?
Jesus.
This is kickboxing. I want you to think about this.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
Okay. Well, so is it? Is this scored? Technically. I mean, are we
Wrong.
talking points, or are we talking knockout?
Well,
Good question.
I think that's a fair question.
Okay,
Well,
as long as the person wins, as long as your person
kickboxing
wins.
rules, right? It's kickboxing, right?
So they can win by points, but they can also win by knockout. Either way is your victory.
Yeah, Santa Claus. Yeah, every
Really?
time.
No.
Every
So
time.
here's my thing.
Every time.
No, I would take Jesus in kickboxing, but if it's MMA, Santa, right? Because MMA, you can take him down on the mat and you could just lay on top of him and smother him,
Yeah.
right? But Santa, he's like, how does he, it's hard. It takes him a while to get that punch.
My
His kicks
thought-
are going to be really short.
So my thought process was, I had a brief background in self-defense, less than 2 years, and I was never good at it. But what I do remember from that is hitting and kicking men with much more mass than you feels really, really pointless. Okay, I just think to myself, Jesus is probably not going to have honed his kickboxing skills. So my guess is
No, but he has access to everything, right? I mean,
are you going to bring that whole God Son thing
Yeah,
into this?
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
stop it! Then we're going to have to then we're going to have to talk about Santa's magic. And so
it's
Santa
true.
apparently can fit down chimneys, so he can
shit.
disappear. He can miniaturize himself. I mean, if we're going down that road, first of all, that's fucking stupid. Nobody wants to listen to that.
He can literally eat
Nobody-
280 tons of cookies in one night.
Yes,
no,
nobody.
but after you eat
nobody
280
wants
tons,
to go
how do
past
you kick anything?
this what if further than Jesus and Santa hitting each other. That's all anyone cares about.
Okay,
And
I'm still thinking,
and I think
because
Santa's
Jesus is going for the
gonna win.
face. There's,
You're wrong. Okay. Anyway, so
That's the first question. I'll give the results at the end.
okay. All right.
because he did this big survey before.
Yeah.
I mean, he was all throughout Auburn and Sacramento.
I already-
Where were you?
well, I just-
was this an online survey?
It was more of an intuition. I've just intuited what the public thinks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
You must work for 538.
What would you rather have? COVID or monkeypox?
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, I'd much rather have COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100% of the time.
Did you see the monkeypox? What people look like with that shit?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think that far into it. And COVID, they would just be like, he's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You went further than that?
We don't need to say more.
I was just. I mean, they might ask you, was this your second or third time with COVID? No, I just saw the pictures of the monkeypox, and this
No, it
just
looks
went
rough.
right in my head. I'm like, fuck.
No, it looks rough.
I can't do that.
Any illness that ends with pox, it doesn't
it's not
matter.
Good. It's not good.
When it says pox,
Yeah.
we don't want it.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay. Number 3. Would you rather be punched in the face by current day Iron Mike Tyson?
Current day.
Current day.
Okay.
However old he is. I don't know.
He's up there.
50s.
No, he's older.
Is he
than
not? 60s.
that. I think he's in his 60s.
Okay, anyway. I still think it would hurt.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or if we could bring him back to life. That is, of course, if you believe he's dead. Kicked in the groin by Bruce Lee.
Oh,
No, that would kill you.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have to go with Mike Tyson.
I was thinking the same
might
thing.
survive.
I was thinking both of those guys could kill you.
Yeah.
So which spot are you less likely to die from? And I'm thinking that, whew, man,
That's tough.
That's tough because you could easily die from a concussion getting hit by Mike Tyson in the face.
Yeah, but in the balls?
So then I think that's a wash. I think that you're as likely to get killed by Bruce Lee in the nuts as you are by Iron Mike in the face, at which point it goes to other factors, extraneous factors, and that all of those point to Iron Mike because that's better social media credit. That's more likely to get a settlement. I mean, your family is more likely to benefit from having been hit by Iron Mike.
Oh.
So
That's true.
It's all Iron Mike.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's all Iron Mike.
No more violence.
Oh, thank God.
Let's
I know,
just
I'm sweating.
My anxiety level, heart
you
rate
feel
was
that?
going up. I was too. Yeah, totally.
Hey, have you ever considered hooking up your guests to heart rate monitors?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Nice.
I like
Nice.
that. Yeah.
Blood pressure, heart
That
rate
changes the
monitors?
whole questionnaire
It
though,
does.
but I like where you're going.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway,
I like where
I
you're
just
going.
think there might be something there.
Yeah, I'm going to take a note.
Yeah.
Heart BS. Okay.
Okay.
Dinner. Okay, this is about dinner. Having dinner. You know, the questions where you can have dinner with someone. Would you rather have dinner, and this came from our conversation earlier, I wrote this down while we were talking. Would you rather have dinner with Prince? So these are both people who have passed over the threshold.
Bless them.
Would you rather have dinner with Prince or JFK? And you've got to give a reason. You can't just say which, right? But there is a right answer here.
It's 100% JFK.
Yeah. I'd have to say the same.
Yeah, it's absolutely
Yeah.
JFK. I mean, there's no doubt Prince had an interesting life, but stop it. I mean, come on, think of what JFK saw, and Maryland, and the Bay of Pigs, and right?
Yeah, exactly. And especially if the scenario was where he kind of had to answer like truthfully, like just give you it all, like you're gonna ask, like you're the closest of friends ever, and he's gonna tell you it all.
Yeah.
JFK for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, were you talking? Just kidding. I get it.
It's
JFK, very interesting fellow. All right, now we have a fun question. This is not just having dinner. This is where you get to be this individual. You get to be this person for a day. Okay? Would you rather be Papa Smurf or Raggedy Ann?
Papa Smurf.
Smurf.
He was hitting
Oh,
Smurf
yeah,
head
you know it.
all day long.
He's her father.
You know he was not. her
Okay, I'm
father.
sorry. I'm not supposed to speak during the.
Fucking Gargamel made them, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know if he made them all or not. All I know is he was tapping that ass. And I always thought Smurfette was super hot.
Yeah.
And if you're telling me that I get a chance at that, and then my other option is fucking Raggedy Ann, I said, that's a stupid fucking question.
I mean, Raggedy Ann is flexible.
Oh, who fucking cares?
Oof.
Honest to
I thought
God.
this was going to be a kid-friendly question. Never mind.
What do you mean?
I Smurfette, that little white skirt.
Oh yeah, no,
and
that was.
Papa's
I
got his
have to
beard.
agree. I have to agree.
And tug it. Okay. All right.
All right. Let's go back to not violence so much
3 apples high. Yeah.
as pain. We're going back to pain. Okay.
Okay.
Brian's familiar with pain.
Yep.
He's reached all the way up to a 4 in the pain. Yeah, he was
10.
at an actual 4.
It was a 10.
Oh, right.
10.
No, I'm just adjusting it for reality.
Empirically rated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, number 6
Okay.
question.
We're already to 6.
Would you rather be bitten by a rattlesnake or a black widow? Both of these are possibilities in the state of California.
Yeah, so Black Widow, absolutely, because I have plenty of both on my property, and I've looked into this. Super boring fucking answer. But Black Widows don't kill full-grown adults. They occasionally kill babies, like less than sharks. I'm making that shit up. But Black Widows don't kill adults.
Yeah.
Rattlesnakes kill people. Not very often, but...
Yeah, I don't want those fangs in me either. Like those are bigger fangs than a black widow.
Definitely, I'm all about the Black Widow.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a...
Have you ever been bit?
You know, I've never been bit by either.
Okay.
I've killed 1 million Black Widows, and I've killed 3 rattlesnakes, I think, in my life. And okay, we probably shouldn't talk about the last time I ran into a rattlesnake.
Oh, what'd you do to it?
I screamed. I screamed like I can't say what I screamed like, right? You're not allowed to say scream like a little girl anymore. I screamed like a little small man. How about that?
A small Jewish man?
A small Jew man. So I screamed like a small Jew man because I walked within no hyperbole. I walked within 12 inches of it, and it was at my front door. So I walked out my front door, and I noticed something recoil out of the corner of my eye, and so I jumped.
It didn't rattle?
Nope, no rattling ever happened. I jumped, and then I turned around, and I saw this rattlesnake, and it was huge. It was a big rattlesnake, well over 4 feet. I mean,
Was it coiled?
It was a big rattle. Well, not really. I surprised it, and so it had, backed off. And I did the math on, giant rattlesnake living around my front door, 7-year-old, 14-year-old, 16-year-old. Spencer was in the shop. I started screaming bloody murder. Bring me a shotgun. Bring me a fucking shotgun. He came with a shotgun.
Nice.
Really very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the snake...
Like he maybe
that
had
training
it in his
is
hand.
working.
Yeah.
The training that you've been doing?
Yeah. And then the snake did what you would expect a bloodthirsty creature to do, which is it began retreating down a gopher hole. And then I excavated the gopher hole with the shotgun until there was half a snake left. Yeah. And
Nice.
I'm not particularly proud of that, actually, because, in retrospect, I wonder, is there any way that I could have grabbed that snake and put it somewhere else on the property?
Right. They're actually there.
But at the time, all I could think of was that snake getting away and then getting my 7-year-old.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like that thought.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a pretty practical person when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I'm not that big of a nature guy
Yeah.
to be willing to.
Their territory is not that big, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
far
there's
as
a den.
Yeah. And
Close.
they won't, they only go so far.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I did the math on it real quick. And I didn't have, there was no glide plane to the path of happy, safe snake, happy Eric.
So did you actually put the shotgun in the gopher hole and then pull the trigger?
It was about a foot away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was about a foot away. Yeah. It was bloody. There was pieces, snake flying. They were on me. They were.
I was just thinking of Elmer Fudd, the
Yeah.
shotgun.
You
right into the hole.
when you watch those cartoons, it's so clean. Everything's so clean.
Yeah.
It doesn't really go down that way.
No?
No, there's a lot more pieces. There's a lot more blood.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's and then you're left with kind of an empty feeling. Yeah, there's no Bugs Bunny moment. It's just like, I murdered one of God's creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's strewn all over.
I'm really depressed. Can I get out of here? You guys have
After
podcasts?
the next two questions,
Okay. All right.
we will
I'm a
free
horrible
you.
person.
Well, we know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why we have him here for our guest.
Okay.
Number 7. This is about being lost for 3 days, okay? Where would you prefer to be lost for 3 days?
Okay.
And for these 3 days, you have only the things that keep you alive. You do not have food and
Bathroom?
Well, you'll hear.
Okay.
I guess you can go
Number 1, number 2.
You can do your
it's important
things
for 3 days.
You could do those things in your pants even. Well, trust me, I've done it.
I mean,
Okay.
you won't die without water for 3 days
Right.
unless you're in the Serengeti.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Would you prefer to be lost in a cave deep, like beyond the light?
And you don't have any light.
No flashlight? I didn't.
Okay.
I told you.
Okay, just
No lie.
Lost in a cave for 3 days, or you're solo on a lifeboat in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah. I've heard bad things about sleep deprivation, like just being like not sleep, but what in the tanks where you can't see or feel or anything like that.
Oh, the sense deprivation.
Yeah. So to me, being in a dark cave where I can't see anything for 3 days, I don't think I could handle that. I think I'd go crazy.
Okay. Now I'm going to make it a little easier. Let me be even more specific because we just discussed this.
Is there a tiger in the lifeboat?
Well. So yeah, life of pi.
No. Okay.
Yeah, those are a whole different sets of questions.
Okay.
So I'm going to
All
say there actually are no. So there's nothing in the lifeboat with you, and you are in the wind cave. So there are no big creatures in the dark. the wind cave is relatively lifeless, if not absolutely, perhaps. So you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about stumbling around in the dark and putting your hand on some big arachnid. You're just in a cave in the dark for 3 days, or you are in a lifeboat by yourself in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico for 3 days.
Yeah. I mean,
either way, you're going to be rescued after 72 hours.
do you know that going into it?
Yeah. Well, you know it right now to answer your question.
You just know that you're going to be rescued.
Yeah. You have to last 3 days.
You just have to last 3 days. I'd have to take the cave because no sharks.
Really?
No sharks, no sun.
But you're going to be rescued.
Exposure. I know,
but I'm a sunbathe for 3 days.
I'm going to be burnt to shit. I might get eaten. I mean, what if I fall out? I might get eaten. There might be a storm. Nothing's going to happen in the cave. And you're not totally sense deprived. You're basically just blind. Well, there are people, by the way. Did you know there are people that are blind, Brian? I know you're probably not aware.
No, I had
that
no
there are
idea.
Not people that are not, that are not just like you in every way. But it's true. And it doesn't surprise me you're not aware of that.
Are you sure?
But so there are people that can't see all the time, not just for 3 days. And they would say, "Hey, puss, no big deal. Yeah. You can hear, right? You could talk yourself through it. I mean,
I don't know.
You can feel along the, you can touch the rocks. It's nice and cool in the wind cave. It's about
But out in the
degrees.
Gulf, you get the sunrise, sunset.
Oh.
You get the moon and the stars.
Can you imagine how cooked you would be? I mean, your skin would be peeling off on day 4.
It's true. I would.
My
I would be a
God.
lobster.
Yeah, no, it's the cave. It's definitely the cave.
I think you both have good reasoning. Thank you.
No, we don't.
Thank
I have
you.
good
No.
reasoning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 8. This is this simple question. Simple question, and I think I know the answer already, but I want to ask you: would you prefer to own an ass or own a donkey?
I don't know that I know the difference between
I have no fucking idea.
ass and a donkey. I mean, when you say ass, are you referring to the 4-legged, similar to a donkey ass?
Yes.
Like similar to a burro.
It's a family
A
show.
mammal.
It's a family show.
A burro is similar to the burro.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's an ass. Hello, I'm going to use its name. It's an ass.
I just don't. Is there even a difference, or is that just another name for a burro?
Wow. I'm offended for the sake of all asses. I'm now offended.
Asses everywhere. Well, I mean, if they're the same, if they're genuinely the same.
God, this is really starting to bug me.
Yeah. If there's no difference whatsoever, then I would definitely prefer to own an ass. Because at some point, somebody's going to write that about me in a story somewhere.
Yeah.
And God, if even just one person misunderstands it, it'd be worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brian?
I still don't know what the difference is. I don't know the difference between the two.
Well, you just answered the question.
Okay.
To the best of your limited abilities.
I've ridden a donkey before,
I've written
Thank you for that story.
and I didn't particularly enjoy it. I don't know. I like your answer, Eric, but I'm going to go with donkey. Just because, it's
I like it.
traditional. Isn't that what Don Quixote was on? Was a donkey? And
the other thing
donkeys
is
in a lot of stories.
I've owned a donkey,
Yeah.
and it's not that great. They're kind of cranky. They're very stubborn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if an ass is any
Shetland
different, but I
pony?
guess
How
I would
about
want to
that?
find out. I have.
You have a Shetland pony too?
I have a miniature horse.
Oh, you do? That's
Yeah,
right.
I have a miniature horse.
Which is the same size as your dogs.
Well, the miniature horse is similar size to the Great Pyrenees, and he's actually almost identical size to the crossback donkey we used to have, but he's not nearly as cranky
Yeah.
as the donkey. Yeah.
So, lived up to the reputation.
Yeah. The donkey actually used to bite my wife in the ass. So she would go, I know, right? Great taste. Yeah. But she would go out there and try to feed this thing, and she would turn around, and it would nip her. It would nip at her ass. Yeah.
Huh. Could this be how the proverbial ass got its name?
I'm just saying. I mean, there's something to it. It used to make me laugh, but she didn't think it was that funny.
But not now.
Not now.
It used to
No.
make you laugh.
I've grown.
Yeah.
I've matured.
That's
for
nice.
sure.
I'm much more sensitive, and we've grown in our relationship,
that.
and I can see how it wasn't funny. It was traumatic. It hurt her.
It hurt, it hurt her. And you can feel that
you're
pain now.
sensitive
Feel that
guy.
pain. I'm a sensitive
yeah.
guy. People say that about me.
Oh, all the time.
I've said it many
All
times.
the time.
I feel you evolving right now.
Right.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, shall I reveal the answers?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I want you guys to know how well you tested.
Yeah.
Did you want to do this with a voice?
It's up to you, Brian. You're the producer.
Yeah, let's have one of those stupid ass fucking theater tricks.
Doesn't really have anything. Is it this voice? Okay. So the first question was, in kickboxing, it's a kickboxing match between Jesus and Santa Claus. The correct answer is that Jesus would win only if Santa did not participate. So the actual answer is that Santa Claus wins. Because, number one, what kind of logic is that? Number one, because Santa's an elf, okay? So first of all, people forget that. People forget that Santa is an elf, but Jesus is the Son of God. Yeah. We've all heard an elf. We've all heard that stuff, but he's not an elf, okay? So, as Eric said, he can get down chimneys, he can miniaturize, he can disappear. He's fast. Yeah. He can get around the world into every single chimney in one night, okay? So, he wins. All we really know about Jesus is he's empathetic. I just don't know. Yeah, well, and he can make more fish. Yeah. I don't know how that helps you. And he can turn water into wine. Now that's a great trick. It's a great party trick. You can't use it in kickboxing. But endless fish and wine? Great party. Yeah. I mean, it's a super feast. Yeah. The Hebrews will love you. If I'm gonna invite one of these guys to my wedding reception, okay, it's Jesus. But if I'm going to gamble on kickboxing, it's Santa, okay? We've done this. We're done. When you're right, you're right.
Okay. So, number 2 was, would you prefer to have COVID or would you prefer to have monkeypox?
I love how we alter our voice. Never mind.
Yeah, it wasn't something that needed to be said. I don't know why my little chipmunk is southern. All right. The question is, would you prefer to have COVID or monkeypox? And both of you answered that you would prefer to have COVID. And that is actually the correct answer because I gave the hint while we were discussing it. Any illness that ends in the word pox. You don't want that.
Right.
You don't want something that gives
Nobody
you
wants
pox.
that. Nobody wants
I don't want it. You don't want it.
No.
We don't want it. They don't want it. Okay? So, that's number 2. Everyone's correct. So far, Eric is 2 for 2. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Let's see if he can maintain it.
Okay.
Number 3. Would you prefer to be punched in the face by Mike Tyson or kicked in the crotch by Bruce Lee? This is assuming, of course, that Bruce Lee can be brought to you to kick you in the crotch. Okay, that is an assumption.
Because we think he's still alive?
Do you?
Yes.
I didn't say that.
I do think so. Don't you?
I don't know, and I'm not going to comment. I'm going to remain neutral on this subject. The correct answer is and both of you said Mike Tyson, punch in the face. There's a better chance, if I'm remembering the conversation correctly, there's a better chance that you would survive, actually live through the experience, being punched in the face by Mike Tyson. Okay.
I think at the end I actually backpedaled on that.
Oh.
I think if you remember, I said it's a wash.
Oh, that's true.
Either one could kill you. Probably will kill you.
Okay.
So you're better off with the publicity of getting hit by Mike Tyson.
But but you stuck with Mike Tyson. You're right. The reasoning, I was off. Okay. So the correct answer is Bruce Lee.
Oh.
Because, number one, if you bring Bruce Lee back, and he is dead, by the way.
Some people sure that's correct.
Okay. But either way, if he's alive or if you bring him back, Bruce Lee was a warrior of principle, and he would never kick you in the groin, so it wouldn't even happen. So you can watch.
You pulled us on that
You
one.
could have watched Eric get punched in the face by Iron Mike while you're over there enjoying like a rice bowl with Bruce Lee. But you missed out on that.
I did.
Sorry.
Did you see the video of Iron Mike punching the guy in the airplane?
In the airplane?
Yeah, a couple months ago.
I did. And when I saw it, I didn't actually think it was real. I thought it was a staged pull.
It was real?
He commented on it on I saw something where he was answering the question about it. I think maybe he was on the, one of the late night shows. He actually admitted that was a moment he lost his cool and he actually did that.
Yeah. I'm
I'm sorry, I'm not going to say anything
first
bad
time
right now in
he did
case
it.
I'm ever on a plane with Mike Tyson, but I was surprised that it actually happened.
I'm surprised that you can get that close to Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
doesn't he have some guys?
Yeah.
Like,
And what in that film, no one else was reacting.
Yeah.
That dude was giving him grief for a long time. And everybody else is just sort of sitting there like nothing's going on. That was the main reason I thought it was fake.
I guess I would think if you're a world champion, retired world champion, everybody just always wants a shot at you.
Yeah.
And so you'd have a guy with you.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And idiot would come up and you'd be like, all right, Chuck, get rid of him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree. The whole thing was surprising to me.
Yeah.
So, either way, you're both wrong and you're losers. Okay, you lost. On number 3, you lost. All right. I hope you do better from now on. Let's see.
Number 4. Ooh. Wait a second. Are we Cylons? Yes, we are. Mr. Roboto, Mr. Roboto, yeah. Domo. I am a swimsuit stealing Cylon. Oh, yeah. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Do you remember that moment? Yeah. Yes, Cylons. In the Battlestar Galactica. Right? Battlestar Galactica? No. Swimsuit stealing Cylons. Oh, no. What's that? I was on the field trip where I think Locke or one of the kids came up to Karina and said, Missy Azima, I can't go to sleep. And she said, why, what's wrong? I can't find my swimsuit. Really? So we thought that was funny enough. But then a few minutes later, we're all the adults are just standing around, and we see some people walking by, and they've got something on that's red around the eyes. And so I said, oh, there's a Cylon.
I just can't handle that too long. Let's do that question in that voice, and then we'll be done.
I'll get right to it. Okay. What number are we on? Oh, yeah. Okay, number 4. Your option is to have dinner with Prince or, and this is the artist, Prince. Right. Or JFK. Yeah. John Fitzgerald Kennedy. And you both answered JFK because you feel like he's very interesting. He's a presidential figure who, had all that. Okay, so the answer, you're both wrong. The answer is Prince because he sang Purple Rain. Yeah. Okay, next.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, you discounted Purple Rain, and that's actually shocking. Okay, number 5. For a day, you can be Papa Smurf. That was my high voice. I'm using my high voice. No, you want to go that voice? No, I'm
Just doing it.
That's a Papa Smurf right there.
Now do my deep voice.
Do you want to do the low voice?
I do it which
I do it this way. Oh, no. Okay. For a day, you can be Papa Smurf, or you could be Raggedy Ann. You both chose Papa Smurf. For reasons that I will not repeat. I thought they were good. I thought they were vulgar and disturbing.
No, they were good reasons, but they were the right reasons.
Unfortunately for both of you, the
Oh my God, it's not wrong. Don't even say it. No, don't say it. No,
Now, I'll give you credit. One good thing about being Papa Smurf is you'd be blue. And that's like our Lord Krishna. So that's a plus. But the real answer was, no, I want to be Elvis. So you missed that. Yeah, I'm sorry. You gave it a good...
that wasn't a choice.
No, you have to know that's always a choice. God. Okay, number 6. Would you rather be bitten by a rattlesnake or a black widow? Now, both of you chose the black widow based on Eric's logic, although he ignored the fact that a black widow's venom is 25 times more toxic than a rattlesnake's.
But you're getting 50 times
I
less.
promise you get much less, it's true. Which is why it was basically a wash and you should have chosen neither. I don't want to be bitten by either one.
God.
This is America, okay? This is America.
What the fuck?
You don't have to choose. You don't have to choose being bitten by things. What's the matter with you? Are you both like...
Then I want to be
addicted to
Robert
pain?
Downey Jr. during the cocaine period. I don't want to be fucking Papa Smurf, and I don't want to be fucking Randy, and I don't want to be fucking Bobby.
See, this is good. You're learning. This is good. This is good. Okay. Number 7. By the way, you both were wrong. You're both failing now.
Number 7. You can be, for 3 days, you're lost in a cave or in a lifeboat in the Gulf of Mexico. Brian chose the lifeboat. I doesn't like the dark. Nope. Or the cold. Nope. Yeah. Eric likes the darkness. Eric has a black heart. He does. This is true. The answer again is neither. I know you're catching on now, right? You shouldn't. You don't want to be. You don't want to be either one of these places. Real survey. This is the worst game ever. The voice making it better. Get this voice out of here. No more voices. Okay. All right.
for
Last
fuck's
question.
sake. You're going to have to edit out 90% of that because that's super fucking annoying.
Well,
right,
that's our
number 8.
goal with our listeners.
Number 8.
Our listener.
Yeah.
Number 8.
We lost our listener about 3 voices ago.
I asked if you would like to own an ass or a donkey. Now, I liked this question. I liked your
Why?
answers. Both of your answers were very well thought out. I could
Yeah,
tell.
but neither one is correct. Neither one. We're fucked.
Don't be a quitter.
Fucked.
Don't be a quitter. Be an American. So Eric said he wanted to own an ass because, I'll just say, for good reasons.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Brian wanted to own a donkey, and you said because the donkey's traditional.
Yeah.
I like that answer. I like that answer a lot. The answer, of course, is that you want to own a burro. Now, I'll give Eric a half point because Jesus rode in to Jerusalem on an ass. So that accounts for something. But really, the burro gets you closer to having a burrito, which is a small burro, and a burrito is a good thing. So that's why that's the better
I
answer.
feel like I should get a quarter point for bringing up the comparison between a burrow.
Yeah,
and
you
an
did.
ass
Okay, I'll
and
give you
a
3/4.
donka.
That's a half point plus a quarter. That's 3/4 of a point.
3/4 of a point.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Good job.
I'm kicking your burrow, my friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
So both of you failed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, but
But-
I failed better.
You did.
Than
You're
Brian.
much better at failing
Yeah.
than Brian.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he would be the second loser.
He's the losingest loser
Yeah, the loser.
on the show. The biggest loser on this show.
The biggest
At
loser.
some point, does one of those folks with the little cart come by and
Yeah.
offer you beers at the show? Because what is this?
That's your beer.
I thought that was a fucking coffee.
This whole time,
No, it's the beer
I
that
thought,
you
wow,
were
this
drinking.
guy just doesn't want to drink his beer.
The
I
beer
thought
is
that
sitting
was a
right there.
fucking coffee.
That's how.
I
That's
shit
how
you
on top
not.
of it we are.
You
Cheers.
Your beer is
fucking
right there.
ass clown.
Like I'm almost done
not
with
even
mine.
cold
Well,
anymore.
no, now I have to go get another one
Go
because
get me
you
a cold,
fucked it up.
please. Please,
Oh, I
pretty
love
please.
it. You brought out the ass clown.
I almost didn't say please.
We're gonna have to live into the imagination. Okay.
Yeah.
So each
Do we
of
need do you need vocal?
no, you don't
things?
need any of the voices. So
No, nothing like
each of us has a loaded gun with one bullet. Okay.
No? Oh, sorry.
Each of us has a loaded gun with one bullet.
Okay.
All right. There is a treasure hidden somewhere in this abandoned public restroom that we've
Right.
renovated for our
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah.
And we're all selfish bastards.
This is perfect because it's true.
Yeah.
This is good.
So
it's always good to play from truth.
We
right?
we all want it for ourselves.
Okay.
Okay. So on 3, we're all going to pull our guns and shoot somebody. Okay.
I'm shooting the Jew.
And
Because wouldn't you?
and whoever's left. It's just occurring to me, we might all be dead.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Yeah.
Could happen, right?
Yeah.
We're going to say that if we all die,
Yeah.
Brian gets to live just long enough to say goodbye to our
Okay.
audience.
Okay.
But otherwise, whoever's left can say goodbye, right? To our audience. You know, thank you and good night or whatever. However, you sign off however you want. All right, ready? Ready, you greedy bastards.
Oh, so we're going to actually shoot somebody right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
This is so obvious. It's not even a fucking question.
Now listen. All right, I'm not going to say anything. Ready? 1.
We're not going to get to 3.
Ready?
Are you going to 3? Is it a 3?
Here we go.
You have to be fair.
Now I'm gonna count it in an actual rhythm. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Shoot.
Oh, we're all dead.
So
I
Brian,
have to close it.
My theory is that Brian's the only one that would give a little pause. He'd have a little bit of guilt. So I'm thinking
do.
I have to
I
kill
have a little
Rev
bit.
because then I might have just enough time to bludgeon Brian with the gun.
but I
true,
killed him
actually.
for you.
Yeah, I
He
figured
did. I'm
Rev's
dead.
not going to pause.
Oh.
In the reality, though, obviously, one of us would be smart enough to walk over and say, "Look, I found the treasure." And then as you both were walking over, you'd shoot one time through both of you. I mean, come on.
I thought you would like have a sense of conscience and just shoot yourself
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay.
for the sake of good,
Yeah.
of
yeah.
goodness
Yeah.
in the world.
That would have been nice.
But oh well.
That would have been
But
good.
he's
There
not
goes
that
that theory.
altruistic at
Yeah.
all.
That's why I shot Brian. I thought Eric's going to shoot himself. I'm going to shoot Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
then
going to
you'd
be
be
left. But it didn't
Yeah,
work
didn't-
out.
No, didn't happen.
Shit.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks listener for tuning in for this amazing episode 2.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul, we love you.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Yeah, you're the only one.
And stay tuned. We'll be on next week. Maybe.
Same abandoned restroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be closed down. by then.
Episode 3.
Yeah.
So good. All right.
Good talk.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.